Hey, I'm Decathlon Gamer. Welcome back to Pro Cycling Manager 2019, Career Mode, episode number 98. Approaching the end of stage, 17 kilometers to go. We're getting a little late breakaway attempt here, but nothing to it. 5 riders in the break. They're now attacking each other. And as we close in on this stage 7 of the Tour de France, we're set for a simple, straightforward sprint finish. It's about as straightforward as you're going to get. Daniel, let's go ahead and use your gel now. And as we come up on the finish, let's go, 11K out. Sounds good to me. And let's see, Evenepoel, catch a free ride. Peterson is still in it. We'll use him early on. He doesn't need to catch a free ride. Borrow the great flat rating. Put you there. And these 3 will use up early. Whoa, Daniel. Whoa, come on, bring us up, bring us up. 10.7K to go. Okay, got everybody in line, so Daniel, you have to go a little quicker than this. Escape to the right side of the road. Bring the team along. There we go. There we go. Oh, Felchi still not in position. Come on, buddy. Alright, everybody's up where they need to be. So we're going to get an acceleration. 6.7K already coming down to that finish. Final 6K. Okay, everybody's gels up and running. We're finally to the front. The breakaway's still here beyond us, but just a few seconds away. Daniel's so slow that he can't catch him. I did finally contest the sprint point. Of course, you had 5 riders away, so they had a little advantage over the rest. What the heck? 2.5K? How am I down to 2.5K? Where did that come so dang fast? I'm massively out of position here. Jeez. Yeah, this is not looking good. There's just a mess of riders. Miguel Bryan, can you get through this?
There we go. The sprint is on. The riders are setting themselves up.
Philipsen way too far back. Need to start now. 1.1K, and he's got just nowhere to go. Caught in the mix. This is more like how it normally works in real life, but here we are. Pascal Ackermann takes the stage. Groenewegen second. Consani third. Sagan, Peterson 7th, Philipsen just 8th place today. That's how normal life sprints work. If your team doesn't get you in the best position, you get caught in the crowd, and you often could be a great sprinter and not finish with a win just because you're not in the right position. And today that really happened. I don't know how we suddenly were at 2.5K to go, and I was nowhere near that front position. I was still just kind of establishing that we need to get it out front. I was still on my first rider, or second rider. We were supposed to have started at 11K, and all of a sudden we were 2.5 before I knew it. That's entirely on me for not being aware of that. I was still doing video intro and whatnot, but it snuck up on me. Really snuck up on me today. Okay, well, Peterson still leads overall. Evenepoel is second. Philipsen is third, which is just beautiful. A third of the way through the Tour de France that we are in that strong of a position. Points classification, Philipsen does lead. I picked up some points at the interim, and we still got points there at the end, just not what I would normally get. We have a 42-point lead over Ackermann, 43 over Sagan. Ito quite a bit further behind. Groenewegen up into 5th now. Peterson is 6th. It's definitely coming down to a handful of riders for that points classification. And we lead that team classification comfortably. And we move on to stage 8 of the Tour de France. Meanwhile, stage 7 of the Österreich Rundfahrt. McNulty is riding there and is in 3rd place. on this 7th stage. Punchy finish. Should suit McNulty well. But he loses time today. 31 seconds. Yeah, that's not a good result. He slips from 3rd to 4th place. And the upcoming stages that we'll have today, stage 8, little punchy one. Stage 9, time trial with a punchy finish to it. Stage 10, there's first big, hefty climb. And again on 11, that's where our times are just going to blow up. 12th, like Philipson in his 3rd place. He won't be there here in a couple stages. Stage 8, punchy finish on this one, but it's a short enough climb that we could absolutely have Philipson in it and going for some form of points. So the climb itself, 2.5 kilometers, really steep at the start, levels off the finish, which could be good for Philipson. He really still could contest this. 6% if he can make it through that first part of the climb. If he's still there, if he's still in it, he can contest that final handful of meters. Now, Peterson, pretty punchy with a good sprint. Evenepoel could still be there, so we definitely want him in it. We're going to have Philipson follow Evenepoel towards that finish, and then we're going to have Evenepoel follow Peterson, who's the one who's most likely to have a real shot at winning, or at least getting us up the base of it in a strong position. But realistically, the one I want attacking the base is Dylan Van Baarle. So we'll go ahead and use him for that attack at about 2.5k out. Use him up, and then have these 3 available for that final 1.5k or so. So from there, to lead us out, well, Brian's going to have the best attack coming up on that finish. So we'll use him up, and then we'll use the other 3 guys early. Felchi looking pretty good, but we don't need him for anything. Daniel's better on the flats. We'll use Daniel. And then Mater and Felchi will be the first to be used up. So Felchi, get us out there, get us chasing down the remnants of that break. Now, we did pick up some intermediate points again for Philipson today, though. Askerman follow cross line in front of us. We're just really trying to not burn up too much energy on those efforts. 11.8k to go. Felchi leading us out. Good strong way. I've got 4 guys to burn up before we get there, so we're going to start putting that pressure on pretty hard here. Breakaway's done. Felchi's done. Daniel's gel already kicking in, so let's just go 98. It's 8k to go. 99. Bar already. Okay, Mater's done. $6k to go. Use Peterson now. 5k to go. Daniel's done. Okay, Brian. Little pace to get us. We're definitely in the right position this time, unlike last time. Okay, Brian. You're going to start your sprint to lead us to the base, which is now on to Van Baarle. He's attacking the base of the climb just like I wanted. So far, timing has worked out perfectly. Evenepoel actually lost the wheel maybe for a bit and has already used up his red bar, unfortunately. Here comes Pierre Latour, who's an 82 hill, 75 acceleration. Hopefully he is attacking too early, though, trying to get up beside us, and will not have the energy to finish. Why are you already done? You're not done. Why are you done? You still have red bar. Okay, gave me that little bit more. Now on to I'm worried about Evenepoel's. So Peterson, instead of attacking, let's now try to pick it up.
And the final sprint is off. Who's going to be the first to the line today?
Evenepoel, give me what you have for a sprint, setting up Philipsen. Oh, Philipsen had red bar a second ago. It's gone. Okay, they're already set to sprint. Well, Philipsen's still following, but Peterson in a good position. Looked like top 3. Oh, here comes a couple. Youngles is going to take the win. Peterson's going to take second.
Well, nobody can dispute that win. It was very well deserved.
Barl back into a sprint. Philipsen, can you move up a spot or two here? Beat these 3 guys beside you. But he got past 2 of them. Peterson takes second behind Youngles. Latour takes third. Pino, Costafroy, Roglic. Van Barl takes 7th. Evenepoel 8th. Lambrecht and Philipsen does get a top 10. Other sprinters not around him, so he's actually gaining points on this stage where the sprinters failed to. So he really is going to get a little boost out of this stage. 10th place isn't a lot of points, but it's points when the other sprinters got nothing.
Now for the race highlights.
And Peterson's going to go on to enjoy his leader's jersey a little bit longer yet. So Peterson now leads by 15 seconds over Evenepoel. Philipsen at 24. Fulsang, Dumoulin, Bardet, Kort Nielsen, Van Barl in 8th. Youngles now in 9th. Pino 10th. Here's the points though. Over 200 now for Philipsen, 204. Ackerman though, still striking range at 166. Sagan 161, a little further back. Ito drifting now further, almost 80 points behind. Groenewegen slipping back down to 6th at 99 is starting to get out of range. Laporte, I think, is definitely out of range now. And anyone below that is no longer contesting. So we're down to 4 competitors against Philipsen. Of course, Peterson is not a threat to Philipsen. But Ackerman, Sagan, Ito, and I'd say Groenewegen still are maybe Degenkolb. But yeah, we're in a good position. Okay, so stage number 9. It's a team time trial. Team time trial. With a bit of a climb at the end. This is the kind of time trial that a little bit hard to judge as far as team time trial goes. It's a little bit longer, 27.5 kilometers, mostly time trial usage, not prologue, not quite 100% on that split, but it's 30 plus K as 100% time trial, so we can almost calculate just whatever their time trial rating is. That's the easy thing, I suppose. I'll need 5 riders at the end. I have 4 riders in the top 10. I'd like to keep those 4 riders in, plus whoever is the strongest time trialist outside of that window. I'm going to start at 99. I don't know if we can really handle a 99, but we will burn through the guys that aren't. So Felchi is one of those guys not in, and he's a good time trialist. So I'm gonna have him work really hard in this one. Van Barl is top 10, but not a big deal if he slips outside of the top 10. So I'm gonna have him work pretty dang hard. Peterson is in first place and a good time trialist. He is gonna work hard, but we do want to retain him. Daniel couldn't care less if he's still around. I will have him work hard early on, especially if this whole 99 thing is a bit of a factor, but we'll see how we're doing. Phillipson, not a good time trialist, but also try to preserve him. He does have a really nice bonus today that will allow him to put in a little bit of time. Miguel Bryan, terrible time trialist. Terrible. I actually don't even want him on the front for more than a few seconds because he's going to slow us down. Venipol, fantastic time trialist, but needs to make it to the end. And Mater, yeah, not good, but at the same time could be useful as more of a cannon fodder kind of guy with a little bit of time. Felci, though, is going to get burned. I'm going to lose Felci from this group. I want him to give maximum effort for as long as possible every turn to help us get to the end quicker. And I think at this point Van Barle might be fairly expendable too. Wow, these undulations are quite steep and not even noticeable because of the distance. So I think there's a fair bit of climbing to do in this one. This is going to be hard. I think a 99 will not be easy to maintain and get 5 guys to the finish. Especially Van Barle. We should have a really good time, though, at this first sector, because I've only had 3 guys on the front at all, and they're all strong time trialists. So we better have a good time at this point. Second place, 5 seconds behind. Wow, who was quicker than us through there? Sunweb was. Wow, okay. Well, apparently 99 is the way to go, if that's the case. Daniel's one that I'm trying to expend. Not the best guy through that sector, really. In terms of energy, I think I kind of had to do that. Phillipson, good. Okay, Bryan, yeah, useless. Okay, onto a Venipol, and he's got plenty of energy. I think we're going to be able to push him longer later. I think I might have lost a little bit of time in this sector with Daniel on the front. Okay, Mater to the front. We haven't even gone through one turn. Okay, as we finish one turn, let's pause for a moment. One rotation through. Felci has recovered. Okay, Van Barle has recovered. Peterson's definitely recovered. Daniel, not worried about him. But Phillipson in good shape. Bryan, yeah, he's just going to be there as because he'll just hurt us. I love the race day conditions. The Venipol's good, so I think I will be able to use a Venipol more on his turn later on as we push towards the end. And he might kind of push us there. But at this point, I'm looking at Daniel's going to be used up and dropped. Felci's probably going to be used up and dropped. Van Barle might be. And is that your 3 guys? Out the rear with 5 making it to the end? Could be. Felci's maximum effort on a 77 clip. And the uphill sections, he's good there as well, relatively. We are third at 20 seconds behind at the second. We're the first team, so there's nobody after us. Sunweb, 20 seconds ahead. Movie Star is 9 seconds ahead, but we're gaining time on everybody else. So we're in pretty good shape as we head towards the end here. And I still have everyone with 4K to go as Van Barle peels off. He's probably going to get dropped. I don't want Peterson to get dropped. Daniel, you know what? I don't want Daniel here either. not strong enough. And Philipson, same.
The percentages are very high.
I'm going to have these guys peel offy here. And Brian. I'm going to lose a little bit of time, but now it's Evenepoel who's going to lead us towards the finish. And he's going to pace really well. Can these guys keep up with him now becomes the question as some of the guys fall out. There's Van Baarle already gone. There's Daniel. There's Felchi. I need these guys to make it to the end. All of them, and Evenepoel's going to put in a really good time. Peterson dropping. There we go. Third. 20 seconds. 20 seconds. Okay. Not bad. Sunweb, Movistar, same times. And we're going to gain time on everybody else. We would have gained a few more seconds. 2 or 3. If Peterson didn't get dropped right at the finish. But that means we did gauge our maximum effort that we could put in throughout and timed it well. We didn't have anything to spare. I think I might have lost a little bit of time, 6-7 seconds on Daniel being at the front when he was, because it ended up on a climbing section, not on a flat section. So he was a little slower through there because he's not a good climber. So that hurt us a little bit, but otherwise it was good. Peterson still leads. Dumoulin now second. Evenepoel 1 second behind him. Philipson still up there in 4th place. So he didn't lose time today like I thought he might when it was an individual time trial, so he benefited from it. Overall, it did work out for us. There's still only a few points in the KOM thus far. Philipson still comfortably ahead there. We still comfortably lead the young rider classification and the team classification now by 4.5 minutes as we have stretched that lead out a bit further. Balance up over 900,000 after McNulty finished in 4th place overall for the Österreichische Rundfahrt. And we are just about to the halfway point of the Tour de France, but no mountain stages so far. 7 overall in the race, and the first of 3 in a row begins with the next stage. It's down to just a final climb, but it's going to shake up the standings completely. The non-climbers will be expended for sure. So, Philipson, his strong position right now, go bye-bye. Peterson, same. I mean, realistically, Evenepoel is going to be the only one left competing at the end. And I bet you he's going to get dropped. I don't think I will be in the final group. That doesn't mean I won't be, but I don't think I will be. There's that thing. Talked about this before, but these guys aren't climbers outside of Evenepoel. So he is not in a fitness peak. He's only at 93%. He's only a third of the way towards building a fitness peak. He's zeros. Good climber, but he's on zeros without riders to support him. Now, I will support him as best that I can. I will try to get him towards that end as best that I can. But this is not the Giro where I built everything around Evenepoel and GC. We won that on total team effort, total team support, and Evenepoel being on a fitness peak. None of that is in this race. None of it. So I was planning on just quick simming mountain stages. Why bother with those 7 stages when we're not going to win this race? He's in a strong position. I'll give him a chance. I will do what I can for him in the GC, meaning I will not quick sim the next stage. But if he loses 3 minutes and falls way down the order, then I'll quick sim the other 6 mountain stages because there's no point. But for now, I'll give him a shot. He's not going to win this race. He might be 1 second behind Dumoulin overall, meaning in a good, strong position. And we have the yellow jersey right now, but say bye-bye to it because it's going away. That is going to do it for this episode, though. I'm Decathlon Gamer. Thanks for tuning in. Be sure to hit that like button, and I'll see you next time. We'll give it a go, but don't expect much, okay? Don't expect much, but we'll give it a go. He is a good climber. He can hang with the group a bit, and maybe, just maybe, can squeeze out a podium or a top 5 in this race, GC-wise, but we're not in contention for the race win, okay? It's just not going to happen. He can hang in there in a lot of races alone himself, but he will lose time on some of these stages. It is a guarantee. See you next time.